First of all, I want to welcome everybody here today. We appreciate those who decided not to go to the Hamptons and those who left the Hamptons early, coming to join Tyler and I and everyone else here. I understand it's a very hot ticket. You know, that's the funny thing I'm going to say. No, in any event, we're here to celebrate Rabbi Shmuley Boteach's wonderful philanthropy through his Jewish Family Value Foundation, and to also welcome our guest of honor, the Honorable Mayor Cory Booker, back to our house. And we'd like to have Beverley come up now and say a few words about Shmuley, Rabbi Shmuley's organization.
I'm Beverley Bloom. Some of you may know I've been involved with the Jewish Values Network really from the moment I heard about it. Okay, is it better? I've been involved with the Jewish Values Network from the moment I really came across them, because I believe so strongly in Jewish values and spreading them to the mainstream. And particularly at a time like this where we're celebrating the holiday of Shavuot, where we stood at the foot of Mount Sinai and received the Torah. It's a good time as any to really take a look at what we've been given, and it really is a guidebook to live it. And particularly with the divorce rate on the ark and depression, I think it's really a time to see what, just get an idea of how people live these days. People don't sit down with their families and even have dinner one day a week. The Jewish people have been having Shabbat for centuries. So Rabbi Shmuley has really been at the forefront of spreading Jewish values to the mainstream. And as popular as he is, he really needs support, because there's only one man that can, he's just one man, and he's fighting a very large battle. So I hope you'll all donate generously and support the Jewish Values Network in any way you can. So Rabbi Shmuley is going to talk for a bit now. Thank you.
By the way, I asked the rabbi to do one thing today. I said, I'll take care of the food and I'll take care of the venue. Just help with the weather. And I figured he has wonderful connections.
Well, he didn't say how to help, so I thought helping was hot enough to make you melt, wet enough to solidify the wax once it becomes a big glob. So here we are. Let me begin by thanking Ed and Jan, who really run a home from a tent, like the tent of Abraham, which had no walls. The reason why we get married under a wedding canopy in the Jewish tradition is because we're supposed to have a tent like Abraham. He had no walls to lock anyone out. The home was designed to invite people in. And when you have a home this beautiful, you usually do keep it very exclusive. But we do many events here with Ed and Jan. They invite so many worthy causes into their home. They are profoundly communal, charitable, and generous people. And I ask that God convey His infinite blessing upon you and your family so that you continue to prosper. Also, my friends, I am nothing but the warm-up routine for Mayor Cory Booker. And I was at the AIPAC convention this week, and Barack Obama walked into a room with 8,000 Jews who were slightly skeptical of him, and he won them over with his charisma. But for anyone who knows Mayor Cory Booker, you could take Barack Obama's charisma, square it, and you begin to understand the mayor of Newark. Quite simply, Mayor Cory Booker is the most electrifying politician in the United States today. He is a man of profound substance. I knew Cory when he was a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford. He was 22, I was 24. Cory used to go to the outlying council housing estate of Blackbird Leys, where no Oxford student would be caught dead, because if you were caught there, you probably were dead. It was a very dangerous place. When there were no cameras on him, when there were no news photographers following him, Cory's devotion to humanity was absolute. And he's doing it in Newark, and I'm very grateful to him. Given the enormity of his responsibilities, and let us recall that on a daily basis, Cory makes decisions, unlike many other mayors in the United States, that really have life and death impact. He makes decisions that reduce crime rates, that save children who are in gangs from killing each other. So when he takes off an afternoon to be with us, it is our honor, it is our privilege, and Cory, I am profoundly in your debt. Thank you very much. Why are we here? And I will honestly keep this brief. The good news is that I'm only going to speak for a few minutes. The bad news is that it's a Jewish few minutes. So take a swim in the pool, cool off. We're going to pass out pillows, relax. When I was the rabbi at Oxford, one Sunday afternoon, a student called me up and he said to me he had to speak to me immediately. And it was 6 o'clock on a Sunday. I wanted to go home. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. He said, I can't wait. And he rushed to my office, which, as Cory will remember, it was in smack in the middle of the Oxford City Center, Oxford's ancient city center, which is called Carfax. And the student comes up, out of breath, and he says to me, my father is not Jewish. My mother is. I was not raised Jewish. I do not consider myself Jewish. And yesterday, the doctor of divinity at my college, which is Oxford's fancy name for a chaplain, told me that if my mother is Jewish, I'm a Jew too. I said, okay. And he said, I'm very upset about this. I don't want to be a Jew. I said to him, I honestly had nothing to do with this. You can speak to your mother. She will absolve me of any responsibility, I promise. He said, but I'm here because I researched this on the internet and I discovered that you can excommunicate me. I said to him, are you out of your mind? He said, I'm going home. Go home and take 2 aspirin. Call me in the morning. You'll be fine. He said, I'm not leaving. This is a true story unless you excommunicate me. So I said to him, listen, we rabbis charge $100 for bar mitzvahs, $200 for weddings, $300 for circumcisions. It hurts, right? And $400 for excommunications because it costs more to get out than it does to get in. He looked at me and he said, do you have a student discount? I said, forget it. If we do a discount tomorrow, every Jewish student is going to want an excommunication. Maybe when later when you get married, we can throw in some free bar mitzvah, a package deal, but for now. And I typed out a silly, ridiculous certificate, and I wrote, I, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, hereby excommunicate you and all your progeny from the Jewish people from here and evermore. So help me God, God bless America, and help save the Queen as well. And as he left, thank you very much. I have an audience of one, that's good. My friends, and as he left, and with this worthless certificate in his hand, I said to him, not so fast. Before you go, you have to answer the obvious question. And he said, what's that? I said, you know the question. Why? Why are you so angry to be Jewish? I wrote down his answer. He was a very eloquent student. And he said to me, I study history here at Oxford, and I have studied how the Greeks have philosophized, how the Roman legions shimmered in the dazzling sun, how the Renaissance masters electrified the world with their art, and how the Jews suffered and died. It seems that the only message the Jewish community has given to the world is that we are history's perennial victims, that we have naught but a legacy of anti-Semitism. And the net result is we ask why young Jews have no interest in embracing their heritage, and the answer is clear. Who would want to be part of a heritage which involves no inspiration, no wisdom, no knowledge, and nothing but suffering?